Arkansas High went on to shut out Lakeside the second half and put 16 points themselves on the scoreboard to come out with a 39-31 win over the Rams of Lakeside. So tonight, we're just going to see if they can carry this momentum into this game versus a really talented Little Rock Parkview team. They came into the season ranked number 1 in our conference as the favorite, but in the state of Arkansas. So a big contest for the Razorbacks. Anything can happen, as we know in sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
They're
would,
really going to have to
before tonight's contest.
time with everything they do tonight, offensively and defensively. Cut down the miss assignments, the penalties. You know, they've got to really give themselves a chance against this group. And if they can do that, they'll find themselves back in the thick of things for the 5A South Conference race and hopefully leave tonight being 2-2 in conference with 3 weeks still left to go in their season. Anything can happen, you know.
Definitely. Anything can definitely happen on a Friday night. So let's go ahead and let's go over the starting lineups for tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Arkansas High Razorback ROTC Chief Master Sergeant, Brianna Leakley, as she leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Brianna.
Alrighty, so there was your starting lineups on offense and defense for the night.
We'll present the Arkansas High.
So now we're just going to sit here and wait for both teams to come out on the field. They just did the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. So tonight we'll have the Razorbacks. I believe are going to be in their all-white uniforms. And Parkview is going to be in their red pant with their red jersey top. So we're watching the flag bearers walk off the field as we have both the, I guess you'd call that the dancers and the, what do they call them?
I'd go with the pom-pom squad.
Pom-pom squad, I like it. I think it's the red line, I believe, is the other young ladies that are out there.
Cheerleaders just dressed in a little bit warmer clothes now that we're, the nights are
it could
cooling
be,
off.
especially with tonight starting this game off at 77 degrees. I thought we were actually going to be a little bit cooler this week or tonight. However, looks like a little warm front decided they wanted to try to come in today, and temperatures got up there a little warm. But I believe tomorrow, speaking of tomorrow being a Saturday, it's hunting day. The temperature is going to be pretty good for hunting. So now we just need to have the Razorbacks do some hunting on the Patriots.
I feel like I'm going to have to really keep you focused these next few weeks ending the season and make sure you keep calling the Hogs and focusing on the game. You really talk about that hunting a lot.
Oh, yes.
But rightfully so. I know you enjoy it.
No, definitely. But I enjoy these Friday night lights out here. We can see that the Parkview fans are starting to get into their visitor side of the stadium, and looks like right now we got the hog call. They calling them here in Arkansas Highs. Our stands look pretty packed. looks like we're going to have a possible good packed house tonight. So, man, guys, to key in on tonight is definitely quarterback Nate Wall. I think he threw for 164 yards last week. We're going to have him. We'll have the freshman wide receiver that has just became phenomenal and really stepped up as a freshman and came out in DeAndre Burnell. And then, of course, we got the workhorse, the guy that never stops his feet and is very, very hard to get down and tackle, is Cortland Loudermill.
And Matt, I'll be anxious to see if he's out here tonight or what the injury update on him was. If you recall, early in the first half, I think even in the first quarter, Cortland left the game against Lakeside. And to your point of Nate Wall, with the nice game he had last week, Nate Wall really had to put the offensive part of the team on his back and say, come on, guys, I got you. I'm going to carry the load here for the next 3 quarters.
Oh, yeah.
And he did an outstanding job. I was very impressed with, how he and the offense were able to respond with every touchdown that Lakeside put on the board, because Lakeside got out to a 14-0 lead in probably 5 minutes. I mean, their first 2 back-to-back possessions, they forced Arkansas High on a 3-and-out in their first possession. But Nate Wall and company, they never wavered, and they ultimately went blow for blow, punch for punch with Lakeside in that first half. And they were only down 8 at the break and really stayed in it. So see if we can keep that going tonight on the offensive side. I know these guys are hungry for another win. Would be really, really exciting to get 2 in a row for the first time this season and to do it here in front of the faithful Razorback fans.
Oh, definitely. And, man, we were talking about quarterback Nate Wall. Man, we've seen him take some shots. We've seen him have to come off the sideline to get checked out. And normally when you see it, you're kind of like, uh-oh, quarterback's going down. Something's wrong. And then what happens? Very next time that's offense on the field, he's out there with it. You just can't say enough about how tough Nate Wall is.
Yeah, he's a gamer. And, Coach Outlaw, time and time again, has called him the leader of the team. And a true leader, as we know in the world of sports, it's more than what he or she does on the field during the course of a game. It's at practice, it's on the road, in the bus, in the locker room, in the classroom, So a big name Nate Wall has created for himself within the football program here at Arkansas High. And the team's going to be in good hands for the next 2 years, finishing this season and next season when he's a senior. They've got a lot of good, young, talented men coming up that are sophomores and juniors this year. And, not to look too far ahead, we're still finishing this season. But a lot to look forward to. You take your, you take your lumps right now, maybe, Matt, so to speak,
yeah.
and they're having a decent season. The record doesn't show that, but you can't stay hung up on that, okay? I know at the end of the day, you look at the wins and losses, but when you're building a culture, you're building a program, a lot of times you start from the ground up. And those guys that are in place right now who are on their way out the door because they are seniors or maybe only have 1 year left because they are juniors, they're just, they're having to deal with it now on their way out, and that's unfortunate for them. But as a program overall, with all these underclassmen, it's really exciting. I think the next 3, 4, 5 years down the road look good for the Arkansas High Razorbacks.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing, sitting here with the roster in front of us, for the game. All you see on here is sophomores and juniors. I think we have 4 seniors on the team. So one good thing that you look into that is the way Coach Outlaw is running the program and getting everything going in the right direction is you've got a bunch of young guys out here playing, and it's going to be something definitely to look forward to. And we're starting to see those small victories in everything that we want to see. And so really, really impressed with how, like you said, the record's not showing it. However, but being able to see them every Friday night, you can see how much better they're getting.
Yeah, you and I can tell everybody that they've made big, big strides in these 6 weeks from day one until now. So the fruits of their labor are showing fairly quickly, and it's
Yep.
been fun to watch.
So we got the captains going out to the middle of the field for the coin toss. So for the Razorbacks, we're going to have number 10, Jeremiah Jones, and number 11, Contravion Parker, along with number 55, Travion Nash. Those will be your captains tonight. And so I did state differently, and I was wrong on the uniforms. Razorbacks going to be in their solid white pants with the red Cardinal jersey top, with of course their red helmets with the big hog on the side, and looks like they will have Parkview in red pant, white jersey top with red writing or red lettering on it with a solid white helmet. So it looks like we are getting both teams that are getting ready to make their entrance onto the field. Razorbacks just walked through their hog tunnel, and looks like they're going to bust through the banner, and it looks like tonight is going to be a pink out night for the Razorbacks. We've got a big sign that they're going to run through that nobody fights alone, and got the big cancer ribbon on there, and majority of everybody that is actually in the stands or even the players that are dressed out have some form of pink on them for tonight's game. And Brandon, I really enjoy seeing schools that do that support that, everything else like on, what they're doing. And so now we have the Razorbacks coming onto the field. Y'all can probably hear the crowd going crazy and the band playing. Parkview is making their way over to their sideline. So it looks like we got about a minute left in the before the game actually gets kicked off. So it looks like Parkview is going to receive the opening kickoff. So we will have the Razorbacks kicking off to the Patriots.
Matt, you think Bill Belichick's hiding over there with Parkview's mascot being the Patriots?
It's a good possibility.
You think he made the flight on an off day down to Southwest Arkansas?
Went as far corner you could of Arkansas and come watch some Razorbacks play some football.
Either that or do some
scouting.
Some scouting for all those years down the road when these young men still need another decade to get there.
Yep. So it looks like the Patriots are going to start getting out on the field, get ready to receive this opening kickoff, and we'll have number 84 for the Hogs, Hayden Moya. Hayden Moya was actually one of the players of the week last week. He kicked a 32-yard field goal to take the lead in the fourth quarter, and then the Razorbacks come back and score another touchdown to take the victory. So we are going to have Moya kicking off, and he gets all of his guys set, and he does his – well, actually, he didn't do a pooch kick this time. Kicks the ball down to the 15 to number 1 as he hits the far outside corner and still going. Got one guy to beat, and he does break free and will score on the opening kickoff. So Parkview takes the opening kick from the 15-yard line, and number 1, Monterio Elston, the sophomore for Parkview, hit the sideline on the away side and had one guy to beat, put a move on him, and got into the end zone to start this game out with a Patriot touchdown.
Matt, it's taken 6 weeks now that we're in week 7 of the season. So if you technically want to say the 7th week, obviously 7 weeks. Arkansas High has not done that or had it done to them yet this year. So tonight that was a first on whether it be a punt or a kick return.
Yeah. So it looks like there was, I don't know if there was that a flag that was on the play. I seen the officials waving, let them know, but they are going to give the touchdown, let them score have their 6 points. So now they're going to attempt the PAT, and looks like kicking duties for the Patriots will be number 10, Tavion Haney. And the kick is through the upright, so that will bring your score in the first 13 seconds of the game. The Patriots 7, the Razorbacks 0. So we will get ready to receive this kick, and let's just see if we can't match it right back to back.
Hey, wouldn't that be a lot of fun, Matt?
That would be a lot of fun.
And that right there, one play, so what? Short memory, turn the page kind of attitude. However, I started to say earlier when we were talking pregame and looking at both sides and, really honestly how big of an opponent this will be tonight for Arkansas High. Clock management, sustaining drives. I know that may sound real simple and repeated, and your football fans out there know, that's how you keep another team off the field. But truly, for the penalties and the mishaps that have happened so often that have interrupted or stalled drives for the Arkansas High Razorbacks so far this year, they've got to keep things clean and see if, we can get a heavy dose of both Nate Wall and Cortland Loudermill for 70, 80 yards, however far the drive takes them.
So the kickoff after the touchdown lands around the 10-yard line, and looks like that is going to be Marcus Floyd as he is knocked out of bounds around the 29-yard line. So now we will have the offense coming on with their leader, quarterback, junior Nate Wall. 11 minutes, 42 seconds left in this first quarter. And Hogs heading onto the field to get ready to start this offensive drive and see what we can get going here. Wall will be in the shotgun. He'll have split receivers on both sides and running back in the backfield with him. Tries his hard count that he did, and looks like we will have an offsides on the Patriots. And we have seen that a lot this year, Brandon, to where Wall gets up, does a hard snap, and like we talked about last week, I'd love to be out there just listening to him on his hard snap, see how that is. But he seems to always get him to jump off sides. So now we're going to have a 1st and 5. Quick pass over to the freshman, DeAndre Burnell, as he is met immediately. Looks like he'll get right back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Ball is placed at the Razorbacks' 34-yard line.
Be interesting to see tonight how Arkansas High attacks the Patriots with more passes, more runs, depending on the scheme that the Patriots line up in defensively.
So it looks like we are going to have number 6, Cameron Holloway, in the backfield. Wall in the shotgun. Checks over, and looks like they decided they want to
really taking their time.
Play clock down to 1, gets a snap off, and there's a fake handoff to Holloway. Pass down over to, is that 16? That's number 26 for the Razorbacks.
That is 16. That's
Dunbar.
Dunbar.
16? Is that Dunbar?
Uh-huh.
All right, so that was William Dunbar on the reception, and it looks like that will give them enough for a Razorback first down. So after the penalty and the single pass that stayed at the line of scrimmage, the next pass was enough to get them to move the chains. So Razorbacks will have a 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. All in their normal formation. Quick pass over to the sideline as he is met after about 2-yard gain. Looks like they're going to give Dunbar a few yards on the pass. So now we're going to have about a 3rd and 7, or 2nd and 7, I'm sorry. All of the Hogs offense over looking towards their head coach, Trey Outlaw, to get their signs from him, as they do have a no-huddle offense that they run.
And, Matt, so far to start, I'm sure we'll get ground game going at some point like they do, but it's been all Nate Wall and receivers.
Another quick pass over to Marcus Floyd as he's finally brought down by number 20, Ramsey Cummins of the Patriots. Looks like they're going to give him about 5 yards on that reception. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 as the ball is approaching midfield. And, Brandon, I was looking down there to see if I see Loudermill on the sideline in uniform, or is he sitting out?
Matt, that's a really good point because we see Cameron Holloway in the backfield tonight right now. Cameron Holloway is normally on the defensive side of the ball, and he's a kick returner, punt returner. So a little bit different role. He's probably no stranger to it, but a little bit different role tonight for Cameron Holloway.
Wall tries to keep the quarterback keeper and tries to hit the outside and is brought down. And Wall will get enough for the first down, so that'll bring up another first down for your Arkansas High Razorbacks. So we are having a little technical difficulties here on the mics. Trying to get this volume up for you guys so everybody can hear us a little better. And it looks like I got the okay from Skylar back at the radio station that we're coming in a little louder for y'all guys. So we'll have 1st and 10, ball at the 49-yard line of the Hogs. Wall drops back, fakes a pass, steps up in the pocket, and is brought down in the backfield by number 76, Alex Martin. So they're going to give him a 5-yard loss on that sack. So that's going to bring up looks like a 2nd and 15.
Nate Wall does a really good job each week, quarterbacks are taught, but he slides up into the pocket really well to get away from pressure. That time he couldn't, unfortunately. A guy for the Patriots got through the O-line and sacked him for a 5-yard loss, but Nate Wall's done a really good job this year so far of eluding the pressure at times.
So we'll see Holloway with the ball for the first time tonight as he is met in the backfield but manages to gain a yard from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Hogs as we are just under 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Looks like we're going to have an empty backfield.
Be good to see them execute here. Obviously, maybe everybody in the house knows what's coming. It's 3rd and long. We get that, but to sustain this drive and stay even with the Patriots to keep on offensive side of the ball.
And Wall tries to step up in the pocket after it collapsed on both sides coming from the ends. Wall steps into the pocket and is brought down at the line of scrimmage. So that is going to bring up a 4th and 13 for the Razorbacks. And it looks like the offense will stay on the field. We've seen a lot lately, or pretty much every week, with keeping the offense on the field on 4th downs. Wall will just take a few steps back and receive the snap and just punt it away. We'll see if we see that this play. And that's what it looks like is going to happen. Wall takes about 4 or 5 yards deeper on his snap. Kicks ball down to the 30-yard line. It takes a hog bounce and is continuing to roll and rolls out of bounds around the 14-yard line where Parkview will take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. So let's see what the Hogs defense wants, how they want to take over. So let's see what goes on here. Ball handed off to number 4, Darian Bennett, as he is met by number 42 of the Razorbacks, which is McQuan Traylor. So they will have the Patriots will have a 2nd and 7. Ball is at the 19-yard line. Fakes a handoff, throws over to the far right side where he avoids a tackle and manages to gain enough for a first down. Ran out of bounds at the 30-yard line, so Patriots will have a first down.
And that quick out right there, Matt, by the Patriots quarterback, Kobe Burris had the guy one-on-one and should have had him wrapped up really at the line of scrimmage, and the receiver was just able to slip through Burris's grasp and picked up the first down.
Quarterback handoff back again to Bennett. as he is met by a few of the Hogs. Looks like leading the pack for that was number 12, Marcus Floyd. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Patriots as the ball is now at the Patriots' 36-yard line. Clock down to 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first quarter.
So far, the Hogs hanging tough with these Patriots, Matt.
Quarterback drops back, throws over to the flat to number 5, Hunter Austin, where he is brought out of bounds by number 25, Kobe Burris, but that will be enough for a Patriot first down. So it looks like quarterback for the Patriots is number 8, Eric McGehee, the junior. McGehee drops back, looking to throw. Pocket collapses, being chased to the far right side, throws back across his body to the center of the field, and the ball comes loose as he tried to cut up field, and looks like number 21 of the Razorbacks takes over and jumps and dives on that ball for a turnover on a fumble, as the Hogs will now have a 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Matt, really wild play there. So the quarterback for the Patriots, as you mentioned, gets out of the pocket there. Once it collapsed, we had 2 Razorback defenders that had him covered on both sides. He slips out. He's directing traffic with his finger, telling his receiver to keep running, keep moving, get behind the Arkansas High defense, and he does. And so you think the worst has happened, really, if you're an Arkansas High fan. We almost had him sacked. Then he completes a 20-yard pass for the next first down, potentially. But somehow or another, there was a little luck in the air here tonight for the Razorbacks, and they come up with a fumble. Then that ball literally just slipped out of the receiver's hands.
So trying to see if we can find out who number 21 is. We do not have him on our roster. Oh, that is actually Williams. He's wearing number 21 tonight. So quick pass over to Burnell as I'll give him a 7-yard reception on that play. So we're going to have a 2nd and 3 for the Hogs, as we see majority of the play, all 11 Hogs looking over to the sideline.
Play clock at 13, Matt, and I'd be willing to bet you that thing will say 2 or 1 before Nate Wall snaps.
So we got Braggs going in motion, and there's a handoff up the middle. It looks like he's just going to be short of the first down mark by about a yard. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Razorbacks.
We got the bell cow back in, Matt.
And it looks like Loudermill comes back into the game for the first time of the night in the running back position. And so if you're Parkview, when you see 14 in the backfield that you're ready, because he's hard to get down.
There's other talented running backs in the state, but don't you know there's been a lot of film watched on this guy so far this season?
And the first play we do see of Loudermill is a quarterback keeper, as it was a direct snap to Loudermill. And Cortland Loudermill gets enough for a Razorback first down. Ball's going to be at the Razorbacks' 40-yard line. Just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Hogs with the 1st and 10. Play clock down to 16 seconds, and we've seen that so far most of the night, is they're going to try to bleed that clock as much as they can. Play clock at 3 as the ball is snapped. Quick pass over to Burnell as he is met by a few of the Patriots, and they're going to give him a yard on that reception. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for Arkansas High. So, Brandon, we've seen a lot of quick passes tonight. We haven't seen anything downfield, really.
Nothing over the middle, nothing, intermediate, as they would say.
Everything has been more or less a quick out route, a screen, or just a quick pass over to one of the receivers. And, I'd like to think that he's going to set something up with short pass, and then we're going to see the lone ball. Another quick pass over to William Dunbar as he is wrapped up by a few of the Patriots, and they're going to give him 2 yards on that reception. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7 for the Hogs.
Yeah, and so far, too, Matt, our receivers for Arkansas High, unfortunately, once that quick out has happened, Nate Wall's been pinpoint accurate on every throw so far. Believe he's completed all of them so far. I haven't seen any drops, slip through the hands, too high, too low. So good job on his part. But the Patriots' defense is getting to the receiver immediately, and we're not beating their guy one-on-one.
Oh, that split receiver is Loudermill in the backfield with Wall. His ball snapping a little high. Wall goes back to grab it. Throws the ball deep downfield, intended for Burnell. Looks like it may have been just a little short of where the initial target should have been. However, Burnell tries to go back up and get it, and it was defended by one of the Patriots. And so that will be an incomplete pass. And that will be the end of the first quarter here at Razorback Stadium. Patriots lead the Razorbacks 7-0. So we're going to take let's take a 60-second timeout here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs.
As we get ready to begin the second quarter, the score Patriots 7, Razorbacks
Hear each other that well. Matchup with the Arkansas High Razorbacks against the Parkview Patriots. So the Hogs punt on 4th down, and that punt was Joshua Sharp as a punter, and kicks the ball down to around the 30-yard line where it was down by one of the Hogs. And we do have some dirty laundry on the field. And it looks like it's going to be a holding against the Patriots. So they will move the ball all the way down to the Patriots' 20-yard line, where Parkview will take over 1st and 10. So we'll see if the Hogs' defense can stay tough like they were the first series. Took the ball away. So it is a handoff for the first play. And he is brought down after about 12 yards on the carry. That was looks like it's number 27, Cameron Settles, the sophomore for Parkview, as he gets all the way down to the 32-yard line. So that will be enough for a Patriot first down. Patriots in the shotgun. McGee hands off to the running back, Settles, as he goes up the middle for a 13-yard gain. And that will be enough for another Patriot first down.
And all of a sudden, Matt, holes are opening up for the Patriots, and they're getting through Arkansas High's front line. Really good first quarter there by the Arkansas High Razorbacks. The Patriots returned the opening kickoff 85 yards to go up 7-0, and the Razorbacks were able to shut the Patriots out for the remaining 11 minutes. So very impressive so far from the defense overall.
So we got a quick pass over to the left side, which was completed to Elston as he gains 5 yards on the reception. Ball is sitting at midfield now. Be a 2nd and 5 for the Patriots. So we're sitting around 10 minutes left in this first half. Looks like the Patriots do have a huddle offense, which we haven't seen very much this year of any of the teams that we've actually faced. Is most of the teams that we have played have gone with a no-huddle offense. But it will be a handoff to number 27, Settles, as he is brought down by excuse me, brought down by Marcus Floyd and number 37, Richard Tyus. After they run, the Patriots will have a first down, so it will be 1st and 10 as they are in Hog territory now at the Razorbacks' 41-yard line. He drops back those deep downfield as it is caught by the Patriots for a 50-yard or for a 41-yard touchdown reception. And that was by number 11, Chris Franklin.
Big strike right there by the Patriots, Matt. Just got beat one-on-one down the left side, cornerback for the Razorbacks. And actually just heard one of the coaches say that by the time he turned around to look for the ball, you know, as defenders are taught to read the receiver's eyes and basically kind of figure it out, you know, mentally from a blind standpoint before they turn around to look or throw their hands up. They kind of key in on the receiver to get an idea as to where to obscure the pass from coming in. The coach next door here said that the ball was already in the receiver's hands when our defensive guy turned around to try to make a play on the ball.
So it looks like we did have a flag on the play for the PAT attempt. But it looks like we're going to keep the ball where it's at. And Patriots will attempt the PAT. Ball snap, the hold is down. And the kick is through the upright, so that will bring the score. Parkview Patriots 14, Arkansas High Razorbacks 0. So let's go ahead and just take a 30-second timeout as we get ready for this kickoff to happen here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
In Arkansas, see Brian Bolt for a free insurance review.
All right, welcome back as we get ready to kick off. We have Cameron Holloway and Marcus Floyd back deep to receive the kickoff from the Patriots. Number 10, Tavion Haney kicking off. High kick lands around the 15-yard line, received by Holloway. And he's finally brought down around the 27-yard line.
Really interesting right there by Holloway, Matt. From the view up here in the booth, Holloway ran right into the middle of the fire, so to speak. He hit the pile of the other 21 young men, both teams combined, just head on. Didn't seem to look for a lane or an escape route, so to speak. He went in looking for a little bit of action and some head banging going on there on that return.
Went in, face mask down, and let's see who can hit me.
He wanted to send a message, I guess. Maybe that'll light a fire for these Razorbacks and follow Holloway here and from a mental standpoint of staying in the game. And let's see if we can kind of maybe have a repeat of what we saw last week, being down 2 scores, and we punch them right back in the mouth.
Oh, yeah. Holloway will be at the running back position as he is handed off as he heads down the sideline. Has one man to beat as he hits around the corner and is finally brought out of bounds by number 2, Marion Robinson. Holloway with enough to get a Razorback first down as he goes all the way down to the 46-yard line where he was finally pushed out of bounds. Now we will see Loudermill coming back into the game at running back position.
Almost a 30-yard scamper right there by Holloway. Really, really good run around the left side. Got a key block from the receiver, Marcus Floyd, that sealed the end and sprung him forward for 30 yards.
1st and 10 for the Hogs. Wall drops back, those deep downfield for Burnell as it was just out of his reach as he was defended by number 2, Robinson. And Brandon, that ball was about maybe a foot over his hands, and if he would have been able to hold on to that ball, I think he may have been gone.
Well, you're correct, Matt. That is. But because the throw from Nate Wall seemed to kind of hang in the air and float, Burnell instantly thought, I've got to slow down and time this. And it turns out, at the end, Burnell, if he'd have just stayed in stride, that's the reason the ball landed a couple of feet out in front of him, because he did slow down. If he stays in stride, to your point, he might have made a house call right there for the score.
So it looks like there will be a flag here on this 2nd and 10. And it will be offsides on the Patriots. So they'll move that ball up 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Hogs. As the Hogs are now in Patriot territory at the Patriots' 49-yard line. Just a little over 8.5 minutes left in this first quarter. And that is what we have seen most of the night, is just that clock continuing to run, as we haven't seen very many incomplete passes. We haven't seen much of anything to actually stop that clock. But as I say that, there's our first incomplete pass intended for Marcus Floyd up the middle. And Wall kind of ran into a few guys in his face, had to release that ball quick to avoid losing 7 to 8 yards on a sack. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Razorbacks.
And this is 3rd and manageable, as you would hear, football people say. And so this 3rd and 5 here, Matt, the quick out, the screen pass, something's going to be there in that playbook that they like to go to, because this is obviously way better than a 3rd and long situation.
So 3rd and 5, we have Loudermill in the backfield with Wall as they do a quick pass over to Burnell, and he is grabbed by the back of his jersey and was unable to get loose, and they will give him back to the line of scrimmage where it will be 4th and 5 or 4th and 6 for the Razorbacks. So they did give him a yard loss on that reception. So Hogs have a 4th and 6. Ball is at midfield on the left hash closest to the Razorback sideline.
And, Matt, if you want to stay in the game against a team like Parkview, the call here, what do you think Outlaw's going for it here?
I think he's going to try to get one deep, and that's what we see. And we do get a flag on the play. Ball was intercepted.
The receiver there, Burnell, Matt, was forced out of bounds physically by the cornerback for Little Rock.
The deal is we still have a live ball on the field, and the guy who intercepted it for the Patriots, number 2, Robinson, runs into the end zone. Everybody kind of just stopped on the field after the play was over with, but the play was not dead because the ball was intercepted.
So is that just where they have to let the play finish out, Matt? I mean, the penalty has happened.
The penalty has happened. They're going to call the pass interference on it. However, the ball was intercepted, so the play is still live. They're still going to run it and let the play go, just because it could have been an offensive pass interference or a defensive pass interference. You don't know at that time, but the ball was intercepted, so they did continue to run it out, and that is the call, is pass interference against the Patriots. So the interception will no longer be an interception. And they will move the ball downfield as we have a few of the officials looking around to see where they're gonna spot this ball at. Looks like the ball will go down to about, like they're going to set it at the 35-yard line of the Patriots, where the Hogs will take over 1st and 10, or will have a 1st and 10, as they are 35 yards away from the end zone.
And kind of a funny moment there a while ago. You know, we can't hear anything up in the booth, but the referee gave the decline or incomplete signal, and Outlaw had to double-check with him to make sure that the call was going to go our way.
So the 1st and 10 is a handoff to Holloway up the middle, as he is met by 2 Patriots as soon as the ball is handed off. And they're going to give him it looks like they're going to give him a yard loss on the play. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Hogs, as we see Holloway coming off the field and Loudermill coming in at the running back position. And so we've talked about Loudermill quite a bit on his running back skills and ability. However, we've seen Holloway at the running back position, and Holloway is just as hard to get down as well. So 2nd and 11. Marcus Floyd goes in motion, a fake handoff to Floyd, as it is then handed to Loudermill, and he tries to get on the far outside corner but unable to get around the edge, and will have a 2-yard loss on the play. Ball will now be setting at the Patriots' 40-yard line for a 3rd and long, as we are down to 6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this first half. And for those of you listening, y'all have probably realized that this first half has gone pretty quickly.
You talked about no incomplete passes earlier, and then it happened. I'm going to tell you, there's not been one timeout called yet in this first half.
That is true. Quick pass through the middle, intended for Marcus Floyd, as it was just out of his reach as Wall was hit after the throw.
And, Matt, it kind of looked like right there that Nate Wall was ready to release the ball based on where his receiver was, Floyd, in his pattern. But the ball basically went by Floyd's head and his hands before Floyd realized, it's like Floyd wasn't ready for his, for the ball to be received at that point in his route running.
So we'll have 4th and 15 for the Razorbacks. Wall takes a few steps back and does punt the ball away as he punts it out of bounds. And they're going to spot that at the 20-yard line.
Wall's punt goes out of bounds near the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Patriots.
So that's going to bring up that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 20-yard line with 5 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in this first half.
Don't forget, fans, your Arkansas High Senior Class of 2023 has to split the pot or 50-50 raffle.
Hogs defense getting set. Patriots offense coming on the field. McGehee in a shotgun.
And, Matt, real quick, I noticed on the punt there, and he's done it the couple times tonight, Wall is putting that thing down in the corner and off the field where the Patriots don't have a chance to return it.
McGehee goes deep downfield, intended for number 1, Elston, as it is broke up by number 25, Kobe Burris. That will be an incomplete pass, and the Patriots will have a 2nd and 10 here with the ball spotted at the 20-yard line. The Patriots go into a no-huddle offense, as it is handed off to the running back as he hits the left side of his offensive line. And that was a handoff to number 6, Jaden Ashford. Going to get a 9-yard gain on there, so bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Patriots. Ball headed back off to Ashford up the middle, and looks like he's going to have about 7-yard gain on the play, and that will be enough for a Patriot first down.
A lot of tough runs right now in this first half for the Patriots. I mean, there have been some holes, that Arkansas has opened up, unfortunately, for the Patriots, but otherwise, it's been a little bit of tough sledding for them.
He drops back those deep downfield to number 2, Robinson, as he makes the catch around the 25-yard line and will gallop into the end zone. And we will have a flag on the play after the play was over with, as it looks like number 19, Joshua Solomon, slaps the ball out of his hands as he's in the end zone.
And, Matt, if they get Solomon here for unsportsmanlike conduct, that's, I don't want to use the word detriment, but that is the complete opposite of what, Coach Outlaw, this season specifically, with a younger group. And I know maybe that gets old hearing younger. It shouldn't matter if you're a freshman or if you're all the way up to a senior. A boneheaded play is a boneheaded play. And you got to grow up sometimes, and you got to play the game the way it's meant to be played, whether you're up on the scoreboard or you're down. And just be a player who is focused on helping his team every Friday night and not doing things like this to take away from what you represent with that Razorback on your helmet.
Exactly. So the kick is up for the PAT, and it is through the upright, so that will bring the score Parkview Patriots 21, Arkansas High Razorbacks 0. So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout as we get ready to kick off here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door. Whether you're
There was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Razorbacks, so the Patriots will kick off from the Razorback 45.
So welcome back here. As after that penalty, after the touchdown, the Patriots will be kicking off from the Razorbacks 45-yard line. Back deep for the Hogs is Marcus Floyd and Cameron Holloway. As the Parkview Patriots try an onside kick. And looks like they did recover the onside kick. So Patriots will have a first down in Razorback territory on their Razorbacks 34-yard line. And that was one of those unexpected onside kicks. You would think, being at the 45-yard line, you would just go ahead and kick this ball out of the end zone. However, the Patriots decided to go with an onside kick and do recover it. So they will have the ball back on the Razorbacks 34-yard line with 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Bad snap as the ball rolls around the ground. Quarterback able to maintain it as they try a deep pass from the running back. So they will do a double throw and throw the ball downfield for a touchdown. However, we do have, I would say it would be a yellow flag. However, with it being pink out night, officials have a pink flag. And we'll see what that call is. It will be against the Razorbacks.
And Matt, to your point a while ago on the onside kick from Little Rock Parkview, as we do know in high school football in Arkansas, if a team gets up by 35 points at any point, and this being in the first half, it is now assumed to be 28-0 as they've scored again. It's like Little Rock Parkview sees that already, and they're going for the jugular, if you will. They want to do whatever they can to see that scoreboard reflect a 35-point difference. So when that clock starts in the second half,
it's a continuous clock.
It's a continuous clock.
PAT was good, so that brings the score Patriots 28, Razorbacks 0. And it looks like that penalty, I think, will be enforced on the kickoff.
As we mentioned, next week is homecoming.
So we'll see where they spot this to kick off from.
The district invites the community out for the TASD homecoming parade next Wednesday, October 19th.
So next week's game is actually going to be homecoming for the Razorbacks. As who do we have coming into town next week? Is it
Hot Springs High School Trojans?
Hot Springs Trojans will be here at Razorback Stadium as they face the Arkansas High Razorbacks at homecoming. So the Patriots will kick off again from the Razorback 45-yard line after the penalty. And it looks like we see more of the hands crew on the receiving end of this kickoff. And they do kick the ball deep and will land in the back of the end zone for a touchback.
That kick will be out of the end zone.
So the Razorbacks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I wondered myself there, Matt, if after a successful onside kick and one play later for a touchdown, was Little Rock Parkview just going to continue to rub salt on the open wound? And thankfully there they didn't.
Yeah, you want to be a special guest? See if we can't get Coach Billy Wade over here to do a little talking, maybe at halftime if we can get him to come over here and say a few words for us. So Razorbacks have a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line as we're just shy of 4.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Razorbacks trailing the Patriots 28-0. Wall fakes a handoff to Loudermill, throws it across the middle to Burris, who could not hold on to it for an incomplete pass. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Hogs.
Matt, you got to be a tough young man. I don't care if you're in high school or if you're in the pros. You got to be a tough young man who's not afraid of action as a receiver. You go across the middle.
You go across.
And your quarterback, not on purpose, but your quarterback leaves the ball up high, and you stretch and leave those ribs exposed. Don't you know that defensive guy for Little Rock Parkview was licking his chops?
Man, I know from playing receiver when I was in high school, that's one of the routes that I hated, is running that little 10-yard in route or a post route going into the middle of the field. Your eyes are on the ball. You're not looking to see what's in front of you. Normally, you just got to assume you're about to get hit, and main thing is you got to catch the ball. So for the 2nd and 10, Razorbacks try screen pass over to the freshman DeAndre Burnell, just in and out of his hands. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Hogs. All your Arkansas High Razorbacks looking over to the sideline for the play. It looks like they have their play as they go out with split receivers and Loudermill in the backfield. Fakes a quick pass. Wall tries to scramble around, but he is met in the backfield around the 10-yard line, as it will be a 7-yard sack. So it looks like we do have a timeout called by Parkview. So let's go ahead and take another 30-second timeout, as we have a timeout call for the first time out of the game here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs.
What is it, 4th and 18?
4th and 18.
Here at Texarkana College, it is our mission to advance.
All right, let's get real. We do things differently at Texarkana College. We understand the real world and we know how to prepare our students. Whether you're starting right out of high school or starting over, there is something for everyone at Texarkana College. Learn more at texarkanacollege.edu.
Here at Texarkana,
Friday night game as the Hogs have a 4th and 18 as they will bring in Joshua Sharp to punt this ball away. Sharp is actually standing 2 yards in his own end zone. Ball's punt down to the right side where it's going to land around the 40-yard line and roll out of bounds at the 47-yard line of the Razorbacks. So Patriots will have 1st and 10 in Hog territory as we are just shy of 4 minutes remaining in this first half.
Really good punt right there, Matt, by Sharp, and Nate Wall's done it, a couple times previously tonight as well. The way that they kick that ball, the way they hold it in their hand and the angle that it's at as it gets released and kicked with the foot, all of the punts for Arkansas High tonight have strategically had the end-over-end bounce. So really cool to see getting the length out of the punt there.
McGehee tries to go deep, intended for number 3, Hightower, as it was just out of his reach, broken up by, I believe that is Burris that broke that up. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. We've seen a lot of deep passes tonight by quarterback McGehee. And we will have a handoff to number 4, Bennett, as he is brought down by number 12, Marcus Floyd. And they're going to give him 6 yards on the carry.
The first guy through there, a defensive lineman for the Razorbacks, Matt, was able to cut down the running back in the backfield, and he had him partially wrapped up and just kind of slid down the young man's, legs, and he was able to escape and pick up 6 yards there.
I believe that was number 42, McQuan Traylor. He drops back, stays in the pocket, throws across the field, and it looks like it was a completed pass to Elston, who lays out for it and gets enough for the first down. As now the ball is at the Razorbacks' 35-yard line, as we are just now under 3 minutes left in this first half. We'll see what the Patriots try to do here, see if they'll try to put that ball in the end zone on a deep pass right before the half. McGehee in the shotgun as he does a draw play to number 4, Bennett, as he goes up the middle for 9 yards on the carry. Well, they're going to give him, they're going to give him 9 yards on us. It'll be 2nd and 1. Razorbacks still have all 3 timeouts, and the Patriots have 2 remaining in this first half. McGehee drops back, pump fakes it, throws the ball deep downfield for number 1, Elston, as he makes the catch for the 26-yard touchdown pass as he ends up in the end zone. That will bring the score 34-0 as we have the PAT attempt coming on for the Patriots. We're just under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Looks like Parkview needs a kicker to come out there on the field. There he comes in.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt, if you want to execute that magical 35th point here as far as the scoreboard goes, that guy's kind of important to you.
Ball is down, kick is up. It looks like it is no good as it just goes wide right. So that's going to have the score stay at 34-0 with a minute 53 left in this first half. Razorbacks trailing the Patriots.
Really interesting to see there, too. And I know we've seen it before, Matt, and you yourself as a former kicker have touched on it in previous weeks. But the kicker right there for Little Rock Parkview, not a soccer-style kicking kind of guy. He goes up there
kind of toe punches
and just toe punches it. You know, it almost makes you look or think, at least I do, when you might have been little, you know, and not just you, but anybody, and somebody's holding that ball for you on the ground out in the yard, and you're about 5 years old, and they say, come kick it, and you just run up there.
I always thought of the Peanuts deal every time that would happen.
Did you fall flat on your back like Charlie
I've had
Brown?
it a few times. I almost had that happen in high school. I didn't realize that we were doing a fake field goal, and I went to kick it. I mean, I played it off like I was kicking that bad boy, and he pulls it up, goes over, throws a pass, and thought I was going to have a Charlie Brown moment. So the kick goes deep downfield to about the 12-yard line where Holloway receives the catch and is met at the 21-yard line.
Holloway drifted to his right a little bit there, Matt.
Kind of went right in front of Marcus Floyd.
Yeah. Lucky that one of them, regardless of who, but lucky that one of them actually caught the ball and was able to advance it forward. Would hate to see a little friendly fire down on their own 22-yard line and, you know, give Little Rock Parkview another chance to, you know, do what they've done here in the second quarter. Big difference, unfortunately, too, for the Arkansas High Razorbacks. Quarter number one, we held them at bay. You know, we didn't get on the scoreboard, but did a really good job just keeping the game calm, if you will, and prolonging a series with long, you know, play clock drowning and taking time off of that.
We'll have a flag on the play. Looks like it'll be a delay of game against the Hogs. So we'll start out this first down behind the chains. So we'll have a 1st and 15. Ball is at the Razorbacks 17-yard line as we have 1:46 left in this first half. Ball fakes a handoff to Loudermill, throws over to Burnell, where he is brought down by a few of the Patriots after the 3-yard. We'll give him 4 yards on that carry, or on that receiving end of that play. So clock now under 1.5 minutes left in this first half as the Hogs have a 2nd and 11. Ball in the shotgun, Loudermill to his left. Drops back for another quick play. Intended for Burnell. Looks like he just didn't get his eyes turned towards the ball quick enough, as it was thrown pretty much in between Burnell and Christian Roberts, the receivers.
That's the first time tonight, Matt, that we've called Christian Roberts' name on the offensive side of the ball. Normally one of the key linebackers for the Razorbacks. Yep. And again, high school football players, you know, they're known to be versatile and be asked to play different positions, but makes me think about last week when Coach Wilson had Burnell in the cornerback position to lock up the tight end from Lakeside late in the game.
So we'll have a handoff to Holloway as he gets to the sideline, stops at the sideline, tries to cut back and change his direction, but was unable to get that. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 16 for the Razorbacks as we're under 1 minute left in this first half.
And in thinking about the mercy rule and the 35-point differential, I don't want to see a timeout called here by Parkview, but honestly, I figured Parkview might use one of their timeouts here to keep the clock at, 45 seconds instead of letting it drop all the way down to take advantage of another scoring opportunity.
Well, we'll step back and punt the ball down to the right side of the field where he angles it towards the sideline and is received by number 2, Robinson, and he will be brought down at the Razorbacks' 29-yard line where they will take over 1st and 10 with 16 seconds remaining in this first half.
Spotted on the 29, it'll be 1st and 10 Patriots.
So 16 seconds left in this first half.
Hello.
Patriots come on. I would not be surprised if we did not see a deep pass here.
Hello.
to try to put them up by that 35 point. And that's what it looks like we will see. McGehee dropping back, throwing deep into the end zone. And it was caught for a touchdown by number 5, Hunter Austin, as they will put up another touchdown before the half, and that play lasted 6 seconds.
Another quick strike by the Patriots. They've become unstoppable, really, this second quarter. Just things have really, really gotten out of hand for the Arkansas High Razorbacks to end the first half.
So we will have 7 seconds left in this first half of play as the Patriots attempt a PAT. Ball is up, and it looks like it's wide right again. So that will bring the score Patriots 40, Razorbacks 0, with 7 seconds remaining in this first half of tonight's game. So Razorbacks will have Cameron Holloway along with number 29, Malik Dangerfield, back deep to receive his kick, with William Dunbar about 15 yards short of where the two deep returners are.
And, Matt, you got to figure on this kick, and hoping that Little Rock Parkview just has a traditional kick here and kicks it deep to the returners for the Razorbacks. You just, you play the game still.
Yeah.
But you return this kick, and in theory, wherever you land on, and are tackled, if there's any time left on the clock, you got to think that, Coach Outlaw and company just take a knee here and, get into the locker room and get regrouped. I mean, there's no reason to do anything irrational here with 7 seconds left in the half.
So the kick is a bouncer as it bounced around. It is fallen on top of by number 38, Gabriel Braggs. So there'll be 5 seconds left on the clock here in the first half of this game tonight against Parkview. Now, is it Little Rock Parkview? Is that correct? They're out of Little Rock?
Yeah, Little Rock, and obviously Little Rock's bigger than Texarkana, but anytime I think about some of these towns where we play other teams, Texarkana's got 4 high schools right here in the immediate area. I mean, Little Rock, Matt's probably, if I had to guess, they've probably got closer to 10 high schools in their immediate surrounding area.
So it will be a handoff to number 31, Jackson Cannon, as he goes up the middle. He was brought down after a yard carry, but that will end the first half. So the Razorbacks trail the Parkview Patriots 40-0 as we go to halftime. Let's take a 90-second break here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you. Your family, your bank.
All right, if you would turn your attention to the west end of the field. At this time, we will indeed recognize our Hogs students. Hogs stands for High on Good Students. One student a week from each classroom at each campus is selected to be a Hog student. Tonight, the schools represented are Harmony Leadership Academy and North Heights Community School. Each student received a certificate of recognition, 2 tickets to tonight's football game, and a pink pom-pom to help them show their Razorback spirit. Please give all our Hog students a big round of applause. Once again, let's give a big round of applause for these fantastic Hog students.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arkansas High School is proud to present the Arkansas High School Razorback Red Line. The Red Line is under the direction of Christy Wade and is led by Captain Ainsley Richardson and Lieutenants Evie Martin, Grace Otwell, Gracie Easley, and Social Officer Sarah Beth Wheeler. This week's Dancers of the Week are Abby Anderson and Rachel Massey. Tonight, the Red Line will be performing a call routine to Feel It Still by Portugal the Man. Captain, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, Arkansas High School is proud to present the award-winning Arkansas High School Razorback Marching Band. This week's band member of the week is Maddie Murray. And the section of the week is the trumpet section. Tonight, the band is being joined by some very special performers. Our very own Arkansas Middle School Beginning Band. Together, the band's been performing the hit song, Party Rock Anthem. Drum major, is your band ready? The Arkansas Razorback Marching Band and Arkansas Middle School Beginning Band are under the directions of Vincent Leader, Ali Gadea, Andrea Green, Philip House, AJ Garcia, and Lauren Eckstein. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arkansas Razorback Band.
Thank you, high school and middle school band students. Well, now I do have the winning split the pot ticket number. The previous number was for a Razorback basket, but I do have the winning split the pot ticket number. So get those tickets out. If this happens to be your number, you will be tonight's winner. And the number is 06741. That's 06741. 06741, split the pot ticket winner. If that is your ticket number, you need to go underneath the Razorback stands to the booth that they have. See Carol Trumbull or one of the moms. Go to the booth underneath the Razorback stands with your winning ticket number with you. 06741 is the split the pot ticket winner for tonight. And they do say, come on down as soon as possible to claim your winning. And thank you to everyone who purchased a ticket. Once again, the sales from these benefit the 2023 Senior Prom and the Arkansas High School class of 2023. Thank you for your support. And of course, they are selling Texas Roadhouse peanuts as well. Don't forget, coming up after the game tonight, just as soon as the game is over, the Razorback Band will be performing A Brave New World. And we encourage you and invite you to stay around to enjoy that after the contest tonight. We once again want to thank Chicken Express for feeding the press box throughout the season again this year, and the Texarkana Razorback Athletic Foundation would like to thank the Lost Pizza Company for being an Arkansas Razorback football sponsor. Fans, don't forget, Texarkana Arkansas School District invites the community out for the TASD Homecoming Parade next Wednesday, October 19th at 6:30 p.m. The parade will begin at 12th and Jefferson and end right here at Razorback Stadium. Come out and support the Arkansas High School Homecoming Court next Wednesday at 6:30. And of course, the homecoming game itself will be next Friday night against Hot Springs. They have set up see Carol Trumbull or one of the moms. You're the winner. And I understand it's a good bit. The Arkansas High Red Line would like to thank all the families that participated in the Red Line Shadow Dancer event tonight. Go Hogs! Back deep for the Razorbacks, Cameron Holloway and Javen Davis. There's a flag on the play.
Ball will snap, however. Dunbar doesn't look like he is down, and a few of the coaches rushing out to the field to check on that young man. Let's see if we can get probably get an official timeout for injury. There was a personal foul that was called against the Patriots.
Yeah, right there, Matt. I'm sorry, very sorry to interrupt you, and you might have, been getting ready to speak on it. But after Dunbar just fell on the ball to secure it for the Razorbacks, to your point of the flag now, I think it was just, players caught up in the moment of a kickoff return, but inevitably a Parkview player came in and landed a few seconds late on top of Dunbar.
Okay, so that's where the penalty came from.
Give that Razorback player a hand.
A late hit on Dunbar, but he is able to stand up and walk off the field on his own power.
Because in high school football, Matt, once you fall to the ground, you're deemed as giving yourself up, and so the play stops. Yeah, just to clarify that for...
Unlike the NFL, if you fall on the ground and not brought to the ground, you can get up and resume play. However, in high school, college, once you are on the ground with the ball, the play is dead. So they're going to, looks like they'll have a few medical guys come check on William Dunbar, see what's going on there. However, the Hogs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Will be a quick pass over to Christian Roberts as it's in and out of his hands. And Roberts was unable to hold on to that. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Hogs offense. And looks like we'll have the running back, number 31, Jackson Cannon, in the game as running back. And he will be in place of Cameron Holloway and Corwin Loudermill. And he will get the handoff on the 2nd and 10 as he is met immediately by the Patriots defense. And I'm going to give him looks like about a foot loss on that play. So this is still going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Razorbacks.
And Matt, don't you know that Holloway and Loudermill there on the sidelines, that they want to be back in this game, regardless of the score. They want to keep playing, but this is an opportunity maybe from the coaching side of things to keep guys off the field and keep them healthy, get other young men some reps in.
Quick pass across the middle. Looks like it may have been intended for Christian Roberts, and it looks like maybe Christian wasn't ready for the ball when it came to him. They had to get rid of it pretty quick as he had a few of the defensive lineman in his face. So that is a 4th and 10 now for the Razorbacks. And we'll see if they do their normal ball drop back a few feet and punt this ball away. However, they may go for it. It looks like they will. Ball throws across the middle to Burnell as he holds on to it after about a 6-yard gain, but just will not be enough for the first down. So that will be a turnover on downs where the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 at the Hogs' 44-yard line.
It is short of the first down. Ball will go over on down.
Really interesting to see a play right there called for the offense for the Razorbacks. You're in your own territory. You're already down 40-0. Is it getting reps at this point? I don't know. But to give your defense now some breathing room, you think a punt might come into play there.
Looks like we will have a new quarterback in for the Patriots. Will be number 13, Chase Forte. And he will hand off to the running back number 9, Kelly Smith. So as those of you listening, with the score being 35-0 difference.
Play, second and 11
Have a
Patriots.
continuous clock, so we're already down to 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in this third quarter. The Patriots have a second and 11. Hand off to number 6, Jaden Ashford, as he goes up the middle and is brought down by number 6, Cameron Holloway, along with number 29, Malik Danger, or 39. No, that is number 29.
Ashford on the carry.
Which will be Malik
Holloway on
Dangerfield.
the tackle.
On our roster here, we're showing Malik Dangerfield being number 39. However, I think that is a typo, and it is number 29.
It'll be third down,
Sophomore
3 yards to go for a first down.
Malik Dangerfield.
Patriot ball at the
So
Razorback.
Patriots going to have a third and
37.
4 here at the ball in the Razorbacks, 37-yard line. Forte hands off to number 6 as he is met immediately by Jeremiah Jones, and along with the tackle will be Cameron Holloway.
Jeremiah Jones on the tackle for the Razorbacks.
Have him
That'll
lose
bring
2
up fourth
yards
down
on
for
it,
the
so that'll bring up
Patriots.
a 4th and 6, and it looks like the Patriots will bring on the punt team.
Really good stop right there for the Razorbacks. And when I say stop, hopefully this isn't, a play by Little Rock. Hopefully it sets up as a true punt here. But you never know. They've pulled a few tricks out of the bag already tonight.
So they do punt it away. It's a high wobbling kick as it lands around the 20 and takes a Patriot bounce and will roll all the way down to the 6-yard line.
That punt will be touched down near the Razorback 7-yard line, where it'll be first and 10.
That'll be
Razorbacks.
first and 10 on the 7-yard line of the Hogs, where they will take over. Clock winding down to 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in this third quarter. Hogs offense coming out on the field. See a few different bodies out there. Looks like we'll have number 11, Travion Parker at wide receiver, and can't tell what number that is at running back spot. It is a handoff to the running back up the middle. He is met by a couple of the Patriots, and that is, Brandon, can you see, is that what number that is? Number 19 for the Hogs, Joshua Solomon.
Mr. Solomon now getting in on some offensive action here.
So we'll have a second 8 for the Hogs. Ball is sitting at the Razorback 9-yard line. Wall will fake a handoff, throw down deep downfield, intended for Burnell,
Ball's pass attempt to
but was thrown out of bounds. It looks like
Burnell
Burnell
incomplete.
may have been forced out of bounds before he could attempt to make the play. As we see the official with his hat off on the sideline, which normally indicates that the receiver was ran out of bounds. However, we do have a flag back at the 5-yard line. So we wait for the official to give us the call on. Looks like it was something on, it's like a personal foul, roughing the passer on the Patriots. So that will be a 15-yard penalty, and that will be a automatic first down for the Razorbacks, as the ball is now at the 24-yard line.
Razorbacks at the 24-yard
We
line.
have 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So it looks like we have a new quarterback in as well. And that is going to be Burnell at the quarterback, the freshman, as he tries to hand off, and looks like it was a bad exchange because the ball rolls around on the ground, and looks like the Hogs did recover the fumble. But it will be a 4-yard loss, or 3-yard loss, so that'll bring up a second and 13. And we have Nate Wall back in at the quarterback spot with Solomon as a running back on this second and 13. Clock under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Ball drops back, looking deep downfield for Burnell. There was a lot of contact downfield. However, there was no flag on the play. So that was an incomplete pass intended for the freshman, DeAndre Burnell. That's going to be a 3rd and 13 for the Hogs. Christian Roberts goes into motion, and we'll have a split receivers with Solomon in the backfield. Oh, a snap fake handoff too. Now that one was intended for number 7, David Davis. He was from up here in the press box. Looks like he was tackled before the ball ever got to him. However, there was no flag on the play, so that'll bring up a 4th and 13 with the ball sitting at the Razorbacks 21-yard line.
Yeah, and the tackle, as you said, as you want to call it, Matt, happened right in front of the official, standing in the vicinity of the linebacker area for Little Rock, but to no avail. The dirty laundry, as you always say, never appeared on the field for the Razorbacks there.
It looks like Wall will punt this ball away. And he does have a beautiful punt that goes and lands around the 38-yard line. And looks like it will be downed at the Patriot 30.
Near the Patriot 30-yard line, that's where they'll have it first and 10.
Patriots will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 53 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
That was a very nice punt by Nate Wall. That ball hung up in the air and spiraled, like you see, on TV, the college guys, the pro guys. And I know there's good punters down on the high school level. That's how those guys get to the college ranks and the pro ranks, But as your everyday quarterback, it's probably not something he honestly practices. That may have every bit to do with being a natural athlete.
That was a 40-yard punt by the quarterback, Nate Wall. So we'll have a handoff to the running back.
Patriot running
As he
back
goes
tackled
up
by
the
several
middle,
Razorbacks,
brought down by
number 6, Cameron Holloway.
whole trough of Hogs. And gets down to the 36-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Patriots. And that was Jaden Ashford on the run for the Patriots, but that will end the 3rd quarter. So the Patriots lead your Razorbacks 40-0. Get ready to start this 4th quarter. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second timeout here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs.
Texas A&M University Texarkana has brought the excitement of college athletics to your hometown. Our student athletes come from right down the street, across the country, and around the world to compete in tennis, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, cross country, and volleyball. Come cheer on the Eagles and experience the action-packed thrill of TAMUT Athletics. For scheduled information, visit TAMUT Athletics on Facebook or visit www.tamuteagles.com. Texas A&M University Texarkana.
All right, welcome back as we start this 4th quarter here at Razorback Stadium. Will be a fake handoff thrown over to the far right side, which was caught and enough for a 1st down for the Patriots.
Complete for a 1st down for the Patriots.
And even up big here, Matt, the Patriots still digging into their playbook a little bit. And, you don't want to get too carried away with, if you're the Razorbacks and the Razorback fans thinking, well, why are they still passing the ball? It's a continuous clock, not showing good sportsmanship. If you just look at it from a coaching standpoint, you take away the biased opinion of being down 40 if you're on this side of the scoreboard as a Razorback fan, player, coach. Teams plan their game plan, if you will, for 4 quarters.
Oh, yeah.
They don't expect or anticipate to come to a ball game, or even if they're hosting at home, you never teach your players or have the mentality, hey, we're only going to play 2 quarters and take the rest of the game off, you know?
Well, the main thing is, too, I mean, you've got a backup quarterback in, and why not get him some work in while he can, you know, and see what he could do. So next play, 1st and 10, is a handoff to the running back, Ashford, as he is brought down in the backfield. Looks like leading was Jeremiah Jones on that 1-yard loss. So we'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Patriots. For those of you listening, don't forget next week will be homecoming week here at Arkansas High, as we have Hot Springs coming in for Friday night's game.
Matt, that'll be a little fun for me on a personal level. I've got an aunt and uncle, and they have a grandson who is on the offensive line for Hot Springs.
So number 13, Forte, scrambling around and throws the ball out of bounds to avoid the massive sack that would have been happening as he was trailed by Jeremiah Jones and number 37, Richard Tyrus.
And, Matt, you know, a lot of times as well on a pass play like that, the longer a quarterback has to run around and try to find his open receiver, there's usually a flag that ends up in the backfield because the linemen, you know, they anticipate blocking for, 5-6 seconds, and then the ball should be downfield on a run or a pass. You know, those big boys up front get exhausted, and then they start reaching and grabbing and pulling sometimes.
Pass across the middle of the field intended for, I'd say it was intended for a specific receiver. However, there was 3 receivers in the area. But ball was incomplete, so that'll bring up a 4th and 11 for the Patriots as they bring on their punt team. It looks like we'll have Kobe Burris back deep for the Hogs to receive this punt. The Hogs not in your typical punt return formation, as we have seen Parkview pull a couple of trick plays out. This ball is punted back deep, and we will have a flag on the play as Burris was leveled before the ball got to him by one of the Parkview players. And Burris is slow to get up after trying to run back and get that ball. And as he ran back after the play was over with, he was kind of stumbling a little bit back over. Looks like one of the coaches for Arkansas High will help him off the field, but now he gets a slight jog to get off the field. I would probably say that was more of a little stinger.
Yeah. Kind of like a wide receiver. I mean, he didn't have his hands up and stretched out. Obviously, he's going to be, you know, having his elbows kind of tucked into his side and looking for a basket catch on a punt return. But nonetheless, as he's sitting there in a vulnerable position, the guy for Little Rock Parkview on the punt team headed downfield, just took a shot at him. You know, nothing illegal, nothing malicious, but he got there very early. There was no hiding that, no trying to decide, you know, if you're the referee, how close that was. He got there well before Burris was able to even have a chance to receive the punt.
Well, after that personal foul, that will bring the ball down to about the 37-yard line of the Hogs, where they'll take over 1st and 10. There was 7 minutes remaining in this ball game. Ball hands off to Solomon. He tries to get around the corner and unable to get around the corner. So they're going to get 1 yard loss on that play. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
Also 1 on the play.
Ball goes in to relay his play to his receivers. We'll have kind of a bunch formation on the right side with 2 receivers to the far left. And Solomon will be standing to the right of quarterback Nate Wall. It's a bad snap. Wall picks the ball up off the ground, throws it downfield to Burnell as he avoids the first tackle. and then is finally brought down around the 49-yard line, 47-yard line, where we see a few flags coming on. Looks like it may have been a face mask, as I believe Burnell was brought down by his equipment on his helmet.
I also see the coaches fixing his shoulder pads, and so maybe a hand on the face mask, like you said, Matt, and then possibly,
So it was actually a horse collar.
Possibly a horse collar there. Yeah.
That is what they go with on the flag, was a horse collar tackle. So that will bring the ball into the Patriots' side of the field, and they will mark it at the Parkview's 39-yard line, where the Hogs will have a 1st and 10. So we do see number 17, Vernon Wilder, coming into the game to play receiver, the sophomore. Wall fakes a handoff to Cannon. Throws over across to number 20. Or I see that was number
38.
Ball pass attempt to
Gabriel Braggs, as it's in and out of his hands for an incomplete pass, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball comes over to the sideline to Coach Outlaw to get his play and relay it into his offensive guys. He will be in the shotgun with split receivers, and we will get an offsides. Looks like Burnell was lined up offsides.
Flag on the play. All sides the call against the Patriots.
Now that would actually be on the Patriots. So they'll move the ball 5 yards downfield and bring up a 2nd and 5, as the clock is now at 4 minutes remaining in this game. Ball drops back, fakes a pass, hits the outside corner where he ran out of bounds. And looks like that will be enough for a Razorback 1st down, as the ball is now sitting on the Patriots' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the Patriot 27.
Really the first actual scramble we've seen by Nate Wall here with 3 minutes left to play in the game. And just overall, again, Matt, way more use of the arm tonight by Nate Wall versus the game plan the Hogs usually stick with or have stuck with the past 6 weeks.
We'll see it here again as Wall throws one deep downfield to Burnell as he is into the end zone on a 27-yard touchdown pass by junior quarterback Nate Wall to the freshman DeAndre Burnell. So we will have Hayden Moya come on to kick the PAT for the Hogs.
And good to see the Hogs get on the scoreboard there, Matt. I mean, may not sound like a whole lot. You're down 40-0, but putting a crooked number per se up on that scoreboard instead of going home with a 0 under your team's name.
And Moya's PAT is good, so that'll bring the score Lakeview Patriots 40, Arkansas High Razorbacks 7, as we are down to 2 minutes left in this game.
Homecoming parade next Wednesday, October 19th at 6:30 p.m. The parade will begin at 12th and Jefferson and end right here at Razorback Stadium. Come out and support the Arkansas High School homecoming
Not just
parade
now
next
getting
Wednesday
to the
at
2-minute
6:30.
mark as we await the
And of course,
kickoff after the
homecoming
Razorback
game next
touchdown.
Friday against Hot Springs right here at Razorback Stadium.
Matt, I feel like in the first 6 weeks before tonight, as we close in on the night here and wrap up week number 7 and get it in the books for the evening, the tempo of the Razorbacks, and I know it was likely done by strategy, and unfortunately did not work. Parkview was still able to execute their game plan when they were on offense throughout the night, but really and truly, I think this could be the slowest tempoed game by the Arkansas High Razorbacks. You alluded to it earlier in the game, and you do often, obviously, to give the fans at home an idea. We do our best to keep up with all the details we can on every play because not just the Razorbacks, but most of their opponents through the first 6 weeks. It's just been a back and forth and run and gun offense, and feel like you don't have time to stop and breathe every now and then.
So Moya set to kick off. Like he may try a pooch kick over to around the 36 or 37-yard line, where it is down by number 8, Eric
That kick
McGehee.
is fair caught by Darian Bennett.
So the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line, as the clock now is below 40 seconds. They may not even get this
1st and 10,
next snap off.
38-yard line.
It looks like we may have a few seconds that they. And it looks like they will.
I think you're right, Matt.
Looks like the play clock will be behind on the game clock, so the game clock will end before the next snap is taken. So that will end our ball game tonight as the Parkview Patriots come out on top 40-7 over the Arkansas High Razorbacks. Don't forget, next week is homecoming week for the Razorbacks as Hot Springs will come into town.
And once again, you are invited and encouraged.
And so,
to
Brandon, do you have any
hang
final
around
thoughts
after the
on tonight's game?
Arkansas High marching
The first
band
quarter,
is performing a brave new world.
in a roundabout way, did go well overall for the Arkansas High Razorbacks. But after that, it just, kind of the wheels fell off pretty quick. The game was out of reach very early. Went into halftime down 40-0. The final score 40-7. Just, outmatched from the beginning, and you hate to even say that, but truthfully,
Parkview's a very good ball program coming in.
They are. But I will tell you, one thing I saw tonight that we have not seen previously in the first 6 weeks, I bet I could count on less than one entire hand how many penalties went against the Razorbacks tonight. They, from one play to the next, regardless of a pass or run, or when they were on defense trying to stop Little Rock's passing and running attack, the Razorbacks stayed pretty disciplined the entire night. And so that's a small victory there, as we've talked about. They had one mishap after a touchdown by Little Rock where Mr. Solomon went down and smacked the ball out of the receiver's hands after the touchdown had long happened and been over with, and got called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there. And that's just a dumb moment, if you will, on a young man, on a kid, essentially, just in his feelings. And I get that.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to control yourself. You got to play the game right and, do what you're asked to do within the lines of the football field and within the rules of the game. But overall, my biggest takeaway from tonight for this team, regardless, again, of the scoreboard, and we say that every Friday, what they're doing here and what they're building this year under first-year head coach Trey Outlaw, a lot of character and a lot of discipline shown by the Razorback players tonight.
I couldn't agree with you more. So don't forget, next week will be homecoming for the Razorbacks. You have been listening to Arkansas High Razorback football. I'd like to thank Brandon Wells for bringing you the color, for Skylar back at the station doing a great job, keeping us running right. I'm Matt Riddle. Tune in next Friday, 7 p.m. kickoff for the homecoming game against Hot Springs here on 98.7 Real Country, home of the Hogs. Thank you and have a great night.